I'm going to talk about the recent terrible, horrible light out in Ghana, aka Doomsday or light off or power crisis, which we are actually shouting, but we don't want Nigerians to hear.
Being in Ghana for like 24 hours, and I've only enjoyed only 7 hours of electricity. I could not sleep, I could not work. I have a neighbor upstairs. She has a newborn baby. Baby couldn't sleep.
DJ Pakore.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Pakore, aka Otumba, aka Siriki, aka Mazi. And if you're watching me, I guess you're on the right channel. Yes, right here we talk about positive vibes. We talk about things that will bring development to our mother continent, Africa. Yes. And so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Today I'm going to talk about the recent terrible, horrible light out in Ghana, aka Doomsday or light off or power crisis, which we are actually shouting, but we don't want Nigerians to hear that we are screaming. Yes. And I'm going to show you one or two steps. I'm going to break it down and tell all Ghanaians to put our ego aside and scream as loud as we can, because people are suffering. People are suffering, and people like us need to add our voice up to it so that people can know that Ghanaians are going through a lot. Yes, if you don't know, I have another channel that does content in our local language. And so I did a content about the terrible light outs and power outages we are facing in Ghana. And then there were lots of comments because, this was something related to Ghanaians. So I have to do it in my mother tongue so that they would understand and they will feel the pain the people are going through. And then most of the comments that came in, majority, their concern was about Nigeria getting to know what they are going through. And this is one of the messages that came through. So the only thing we are using to tease our Nigerian brothers to this government want to take it away. Abba. And another one also came in from a lady who said, they will do, sir. These Nigerians will mock us. Not ECG, Adeng. And so this clearly tells you that most Ghanaians are worried about what Nigerians are going to say about them, because we have humiliated Nigeria, we have dragged Nigeria, we have mocked Nigeria over their power crisis, forgotten that Ghana and Nigeria are brothers when it comes to making their people suffer. The governments, whether current government or oppositions, they have never been fair to the people that voted and queued to vote for them. And for these reasons, we have to call them out, regardless where they are coming from. I've come across a lot of videos on social media, but there is this one that I listened to that broke my heart. He's a very renowned director. He's been in the state for some months, and he came back just to meet this terrible light out. And this is what he shared.
Man, it's crazy. Being in Ghana for like 24 hours, and I've only enjoyed only 7 hours of electricity. I could not sleep, I could not work. I have a neighbor upstairs. She has a newborn baby. Baby couldn't sleep. Baby cried all night because temperatures are really high outside. It's about 34 degrees and there are mosquitoes all over. So you can't even stay outside. And You can't stay inside either because the lights are out. Man, like, it's really bad. Whatever this is, it has to stop, because this is the new age. People are working on the internet, e-commerce, digital marketing, and all of that. And like, how do these people survive? Some of us clients are waiting on us to export videos, export photos, and deliver and all of that. And we're still here struggling to have electricity. Else where people are delivering, because your only worry is to deliver the job, not like to cry for electricity, not to beg for electricity, not. Oh man, you don't even know when they are taking your lights. And the very worst thing is that it goes and comes. And so if you have your computers on, you have any electric gadget on, you're gonna lose it. And in Ghana, who do you complain to? Who are you going to sue? They won't mind you. Charlie. Nah.
And when you hear the word Charlie, then you know a Ghanaian is really depressed and frustrated. And so let me give you a backstory of this whole thing. Somewhere around in 2016, the opposition party NDC was in power when we had a lot of power crisis. They blamed the government. They said so many horrible things about the government. And this same government in power pleaded and pledged to the people that when he comes to power, he is going to give the people power. And guess what? He's in power, and just few months to election, the power keeps going on and coming off like that. The one in charge of electricity company of Ghana, who is known as the ECG boss. In Nigeria, we call them NEPA. In Ghana, it is ECG. He was questioned about how we are not getting proper electricity here in Ghana. And this is what he had to share. It would break your heart.
See, the funny thing is, we walk around thinking it's our right to electricity.
Isn't it?
It's not a right, it's a privilege.
Just imagine that something that you pay with your money, something that at the end of every month you pay for, they tell you that it is not your right to have, but it is a privilege. Somebody saying this to his client. It clearly tells that leadership in Africa does not respect the followers. People that they promise to serve, they rather come into power and we rather serve them. Most of these politicians have invested in solar because they have money, they have solar panels all over their roofings, and so they don't care about what the ordinary person is going through. Yesterday, I drove past a washing base, a car washing base, and I realized all these street boys that work there were sitting down idle because you have to wash cars and have your daily bread. I'm saying this because I have seen quite a number of Nigerian young guys who come to Ghana, and if they don't have any great work to do, they don't want to hit on the streets to do bad things, so they go and wash these cars. So this is not just a Ghanaian thing, it's an African thing. And you see these boys idle, and the saying is very clear: the devil find works for the idle hands. What will they do? They will go, they will hit on the streets, the Ghanaian boys, and those boys who have less education will go on the streets committing crime. And they would not rob these politicians. It would still come to the citizens. And so we will still bear the consequence. People have cold stores, they have imported tons of meat and fish, and it's going bad. People are running barbering shop, people are running beauty salons, and these are investments, and they are sitting down idle because they can't work. People have paid fees to study online, and they do not have electricity for their Zoom classes and their online classes. And yet still, these politicians will come out there and say sugar-coated words And African people will rally behind them. And you will still find people to defend this nonsense. Yes, I know they will come at me to say all these things. But the reality is that let us know that whatever we saw today will definitely reap these politicians. And so, Ghanaians, I'm advising you. There is a saying that goes that when you see your colleagues' beer burning, you rather have to fetch water by your side than to mock the person. We mock Nigerians over their light issues and their power crisis. And here we are going through worse and terrible one. But we can't shout. We are suffering in the dark. And it is not as if they would even prompt you when the lights are going off. They do it at their own pace and their own time. And nobody is saying a word to anybody because they don't give an F to who you are. They are in power. You give them the power and they have taken your power. It is what it is. And so I am saying this, that in 2016, people went out there to demonstrate against the current government. These same people should come out and demonstrate and call for good electricity. Because look at other places in the world. I mean, you speak to people who have lived in UK and America, and when you explain what doomsaw or light out is, they don't know what it is because they haven't experienced such terrible moments in Africa. Everything is upside down. Things are falling apart. And what kind of leaders do we have? Not long ago, Ghana discovered lithium. And what we could do was to give it out to the Australians to come and mine our lithium and give us 13%. But in recent time, technology has taught us that people are generating good power with lithium and solar. And if we have excess of this on our land and we cannot make good use of it, and we will still give it out to the Western world to come and mine and give us 13% of the total they make on our land, then excuse me to say, we are fools with no apology. Yes. It's about time African leaders will stop thinking about this selfish interest and acquiring properties and acquiring If Kwame Nkrumah had thought this way, do you think we would have had the likes of Akosombo Habo and all these things? It is no news that on the regular terms, an ordinary Ghanaian like me do not even know how to turn a generator on because we haven't experienced this. Now, kids in Ghana or ladies in Ghanaians can even fix generator because it is becoming a norm. And it is becoming an achievement to own a generator in Ghana now, which is pathetic, which is terrible. And I have to stand and speak against this. We are suffering, and we will shout and we will let our neighbors know that we are suffering. We are sick and tired of pretending that everything is okay. Everything is not okay in Ghana. Businesses are collapsing. And people that we have the mouthpiece will speak for our people. We will speak for our people. Whatever you guys want to do to us, do to us. But God knows that we are speaking the truth. And you yourself, you know what we are going through. We do not deserve that, Mr. Leader. Anyway, guys, I would end my rant here. But the most important thing is that African leaders need to sit up. When they are coming to power, they promise you so many things. The vice president of Ghana was talking about digitalization. How do you digitalize your system when you have no power? Hell. Anyway, let me end it here. My name is Mazi. My name is DJ Pakorich. If you are watching this particular editorial, do not be sentimental. Do not be emotional about you being a Ghanaian or Nigerian. Speak like an African. Be very patriotic and speak about your pain. There is no shame in this. You are suffering and it's no fault of yours. I'm out of here.
DJ Paco Rich.